test driving old cars is a pretty important part of the process. It's okay to say you fixed it, but until you've taken it out on the road and tested it, you really don't know for sure. And quite often, you can misdiagnose something because there's so many worn out parts on old cars. You can have a eureka moment. Oh my God, look at this. I just found the worn out bit that's causing the problem. Only to find that when you replace that, you still got a problem. It's just altered it a little bit. You also have a domino effect where you fix one thing and it takes out other things that are weaker. Quite often with electrical systems like, famous ones are the automatic convertible roofs and the hardtop roofs of the Fords from the late 50s and into the early 60s. They had so many little gizmos and everything, and you replace the one that's broken, and then the added current through those trips and breaks the next corroded pieces in line. So, it's a false economy to just one at a time because you're revisiting all the time. But make sure that the shop you take it to has a reliable mechanic who's invested in the car, invested in the repair, isn't going to be out trying to break traction and make smoke shows and impress people that he's driving past. Really a guy who's out there making damn sure that the work he did on the car is correct. So you find somebody who really knows how to work on your car, cherish them. I'm Dave Grainger. I'm the president of the Guild of Automotive Restorers, a restoration company that's been in business for over 30 years. We have restored over 2,500 cars, trucks, and other vintage vehicles. If you're curious about what goes on behind the scenes of a large restoration shop, join us at the Guild's Classics.
So the car came in, it didn't run. It hadn't run in over a year at the shop that it was at before. Took me about 2 minutes to figure out some of the major issues. One of them being the fuel system was clogged up pretty good. Then after I cleaned all that out, we tried firing it up, and we noticed the timing, it just wasn't firing as it should, which ended up being the distributor. We replaced that, replaced all the ignition system, and then we got it to fire, but only one side of the engine was firing up. Looking more into it, we realized that the intake manifold wasn't flat up against the head, so there's about 1/8 of an inch gap, so it's just sucking all the air in and just wasn't firing. And so we fixed that, put some new gaskets in there, realigned all the intake, just fixed lots of things with the carb as well, all the ignition system, and basically went over everything on the engine, and a lot of it was wrong. Got it all put together and fired right up. We set the time in, adjusted all these fuel air mixture in the carb, and the thing runs amazing now.
Seems pretty good so far. I can smell the new exhaust burning off. Up to speed, great. Sounds really good. Still idle is really good as well, so it's running really good right now. The engine, the tune-up on it is pretty much perfect right now. It's got some good power for its little 1600. The car drives amazing, and it sounds really good as well. power. It's really fun to drive. Definitely gets up to speed now. The customer was complaining that it just didn't seem like it had enough power to get anywhere really. He said it felt very flat when driving it, and now it's still slow because it's not a Volkswagen, but it gets up to speed like at a decent pace now, so I think the customer should be very happy with this.
The test drive went really well. The only thing I noticed was it didn't want to go into third a couple of times, but after a while it went in perfect. I'd just say that because the car was sat for over a year, it just needs to get moving and get driven again, and now it shifts into third, no problem. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the air filter, and the car will be ready to go back to its owner, and I imagine he's going to be very happy. It does exactly what he wanted it to do. He complained of it being flat in fourth, and he couldn't really get up to speed. Now with the new exhaust system on there, it breathes amazing and gets up to speed great. You can sit at 60 miles per hour, which is highway speed, perfectly fine, and it's still got a little bit more go in it, so he should be happy.
Right, so just to sum up, when you're looking for a shop, find a shop that has lots of experience, is honest, has good and capable mechanics, and will understand the reasons that you want to have your car properly restored. Make sure that they understand the car, make sure they understand the handling of the car and the period from which it came. Make sure that they are competent to go out and drive your car properly, to test it properly, but aren't going to go out and take off to the local Burger King on cruise night showing off your car at an event, and I've heard of that in the past. In short, just make sure that whoever you're dealing with is competent and will invest themselves and their experience in your dream. It's as simple as that.